Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Braves Voices podcast. This is episode number 3, and today we're with my brother, who's also a senior, who I want to interview because we need to know how seniors are looking like this year, the class of 2024, and how they are getting ready for college. So, hello.
Hey, hermano. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Ethan. I'm a senior, of course, just as I was previously said. Thank you for having me here. And we'll go through, I guess you can say, what kind of like a regular senior day looks like, what my classes look like, and about just, I guess I guess, get an idea of what a senior's life or just schedule as a whole can look like so you can get better prepared for the future.
So, the first question for you is what have you included in your schedule to help you be prepared for college?
Okay, so that's a really good question. So prior to senior year, the only thing I was in is trio, which I'm sure you already talked about in a previous interview. And beyond trio, I didn't really do much. And the reason as to why I did is because I had taken actually AP classes, two AP classes to be able to put on my college resume. So I had, a stronger resume because by taking AP classes and honor classes, really, what you do is you basically help yourself by not only challenging yourself academically and get a better idea of what college classes and college level work actually looks like, but also it helps you by getting colleges, a stronger opinion on you you're in a more positive light because you're showing that you're determined to actually go ahead and I guess you can say make yourself more outstanding and more easily detectable from other students in the school. Because after all, it isn't every day that you see a student who wants to actually take a class that will be not only will have more coursework and will be more challenging, but also that actually prepares you for what the future actually holds.
So, you're saying is that a senior who goes above and beyond is like more likely to like get into a college they want.
Yeah, more likely because by putting that extra work, you're actually not guaranteeing because nothing in life is guaranteed, right? However, challenging yourself by taking those classes, and well, there's many ways in which you can do it, but those classes in particular, APs and honors really do help out, make your resume stand out, and standing out is what makes you more likely to succeed when it comes to being selected, right?
Okay. The second question is, I've heard some seniors take 5 classes and some take 7. What's your take on that? What should someone do?
Honestly, I think that more depends on the person. And honestly, based on the people that I've met, my friends really, the opinions vary a lot. In my personal point of view, I think that the schedule should fit you as a student. And what I'm trying to say is not that you don't challenge yourself and go ahead and just take 5 classes just for the sake of having an easy year, right? Because that can actually hinder your application as time goes on, right? It can hinder your education. What I am saying though is that you don't want to take 7 classes. Or you take 7 classes if maybe you have sports, you're struggling academically, maybe the classes are difficult, right? You gotta take into consideration those factors because otherwise you are just basically making yourself. You're actually hurting yourself even though you're trying because you're taking much more than you can handle, and that as a result will give you a much worse result than what you're actually thinking you will get.
Okay, and for the final question of today,
Mm-hmm.
so the last thing is, how are college applications looking, or what are you guys doing about that so far?
Okay, so my personal college application so far, it's not as advanced as I would like it to be, and the reason being that I'm handling other businesses when it comes to like dealing with homework and just regular life as a whole. So the progress so far is not as much as I would like it to be. However, I have indeed started getting into actually writing my resume, started into getting into checking the personal insight questions, which is one of the parts that you guys, when you get to be seniors, you're gonna have to deal with, right? Because colleges, funny enough, they don't only look at grades and doing everything in school, they look at personality as well. And some people may not believe it, and people may think of it as ridiculous. But when you think about it, a college doesn't necessarily want you to do anything and just be like everybody else, because believe it or not, everybody else is also doing their best to get into college. Everybody else is also trying to do everything right. Outstanding in college sometimes can become just the regular thing to see. High GPAs, sports, captains. And the reason that's why I say is not to discourage people from doing these types of things, but just to make you think that when it comes to actually making a good application, and the reason that's why I'm also taking so long is because I need to ensure that I can give as much of myself to the college and show myself as much as I can, so that I can get an impression that is, memorable enough for me to actually succeed in getting into the colleges I want. So going back to your question, is really just comes down to I wish I had more time to do the application, and I wish I did have more progress. However, we're getting there. It's just senior schedules are different from your guys's, and that's not to say, oh, look at how much harder I'm working than you guys. That is just to say, oh, look at how much I have to work, because I'm getting into that stage in my life in which, I'm getting closer and closer to college or whatever decision I may want to look like. Right? I'm looking, 1 year from here, I'm an adult, so I just gotta get prepared. And I guess to finalize, really, when it comes to what we're doing for college, my Avid class is taking into, you know, taking action when it comes to the applications by not only having started us to begin to actually answer those personal insight questions as I talked to you guys about, but we're also actually doing the applications, revising, contacting teachers, as well as reviewing with peers, so that we can help each other make a better, make a better application as a whole, so that we do actually end up succeeding, which is really the purpose of the class as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be all, guys. Really.
Well, good luck, class of 2024. I mean, as I can see, it's gonna go by fast this year. So good luck to everybody doing their college application so far. Thank you for coming with us.
Thank you for having me.
And that's it. Please wait for next Friday another episode of Race Voices podcast. And thank you guys for joining us. Goodbye.